This is for Tom. I'd like to pick up on my wife's comment with regard to, excuse me, public service. You mentioned that you had attended council meetings prior to Ms. Kuiper's. That's 8 years ago. That means you have not attended one for 8 years.
Is that your question?
That's just a clarification. I've got two points really that I'd like you to address.
Sure.
The first is, I noticed in looking through the supporters of your campaign, the contributors, that I can't identify anyone that lives in Ward 2. And some don't even live in the city. And so that puzzles me.
In point of clarification, I've recently started attending town council meetings, but I have always stayed up on the minutes from the meetings. I'm on the mailing list. I choose to do it that way by virtue of the fact that I travel back and forth to DC regularly, and I'm often not in town at the exact time of the meetings. And rather than be disruptive, I wait for the meetings to come out, or for the minutes to come out. With that said, let me talk to you a little bit about my public service and how I enter the world in that regard. As a young man, I was given an opportunity to engage in something called service learning at my college. I went to a Jesuit school in Philadelphia. At that time, the AIDS epidemic was gripping our city, Philadelphia at the time. And there was an epidemic of people who were shut in or disavowed from their families by virtue of the disease. And I had the opportunity to work with an organization called MANA, the Metropolitan AIDS Nutrition Alliance. And the idea with this was that we wanted to, that we brought nutritious meals to homebound, shut-in, terminally ill persons with AIDS. I did that for the first year of my college career. I built it in the second year. I joined the first year of AmeriCorps, was awarded a National Service Award from President Bill Clinton. If I'm elected, I'm going to bring those same skills to our farmers market and engage in first principles, and that is getting healthy food to the residents of our community who have difficulty with mobility or are unwilling to come down to the market for whatever reason. Thank you.
So I mean, I worked in public health and I work now, dedicating my time to people who are chronically mentally ill, the developmentally disabled, and I carry that into my lifestyle. And I carry it into what I do for the town, taking care of the health and safety and welfare of the constituents in Chestertown.